afternoon. Sorry I'm running late. Welcome. And I'm Linda. I'm your mental health mama. And here we do lots of personal development together. So yesterday we were talking about what do I need and how we can identify what we need through Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now that was the initial setup of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and like all good things, it grows and develops over time. So if you're looking for some more introspective areas of learning what do I need, where can I grow, what's next on my agenda, let's have a look at what got added. Okay, so we had all the biological and physiological needs yesterday. We went into the safety needs, and actually I don't know if I can bring up, let me see, I'm just not sure how much of the screen this will take up, but no, it's too much. Okay, so this is what we went through yesterday. Alright, physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and into the self-actualization. So now we want to look at other needs that we have in personal development and things that we need to recognise for ourselves that are legitimate needs. So we have cognitive needs. We need to have new knowledge, new information coming our way, and we need to work out what meaning is for us. We have a need to have a meaning for our life, a purpose, and to pursue that meaning. And in order to do that, we first have to be willing to say, well, I want to understand where my life has meaning and where do I want to go with that as well. Now, we don't necessarily always know where we want to go, but if we take one footstep on the path, new meaning and new information will open up to us. It's always a journey. Self-awareness. Now, remember we talked about yesterday how self-awareness is not selfish at all. I've heard too many people say that self-awareness is selfish, and it's not. If I'm not self-aware, then I'm not going to be aware of the most simplest thing is how my behaviour is affecting somebody else. Okay? And where we need to learn to communicate as two individuals in order to have a harmonious life. And that goes for everyone that's around us, and that sums it up. Everyone around us, whether it's work, home, family outside, friends, etc., etc. If you don't know, if you're not self-aware, you're not being reflective and understanding how you're treating other people or the impact that you're having on other people, then how on earth are you going to grow and learn and change or have important conversations about things that you need to communicate about? You won't. You'll just barrel through life thinking you've got it right. We have enough people like that. We need to be the difference. Okay. Where are we up to? Aesthetic needs, beauty, balance, form, etc. The most simplest way to look at those needs is, do you know, if I say this, it reminds me of, people's misguided attitude that you're running off being a hippie. You're not, okay? If you need to go and sit in nature, it's a very valid thing to do. Now, whether that nature looks like the bush, whether it looks like going and sitting down at the bayside, the ocean, whatever it is that's natural and it brings peace and beauty into your life, you need to do this. It is a need, it is legitimate, and your body and your brain and your heart will thank you for it, for taking time out. Just think about our breathing technique, where optimum breathing scientifically is 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. Then you're not going to probably practice that unless you get out of the framework that you're in. So get out of your home or office or out and away from family, friends, etc., and just sit there and be able to tune in and be at peace within yourself. Okay? We need that beauty around us, whatever that looks like. For me, that kind of thing looks like going and sitting down at the bay. Sometimes I take my daughter with me, which is really lovely, and because we're happy in our own skin, we can just sit there and not talk, and we can read, we write, all sorts of things, but we're happy in that space. If you suffer from anxiety, you can still go and do these things. You don't even have to leave the car, but at least you've gotten out of the house, all right? But just go and sit and absorb what's around you instead of having to focus on what's within you. It's very, very pressure relieving to do something like that, okay? And we talked about self-actualization yesterday, which we know is personal growth, self-fulfillment, and they are genuine needs. If you're not sure about being able to identify these needs, don't worry, it all happens over time. But I also run a secret group, separate for women and men, so we have two, where we can begin to identify what these needs are that you need, okay? Now, transcendence, helping others to self-actualise. So when we get to this space, now it doesn't matter what area of life you're in, okay? Helping people to self-actualise sounds like it's a really big thing and it's all, woo-woo and stuff, but it's not. If you're a doctor and you're training somebody else, then you're having input into that person's life and you're helping their life become fruition, develop, grow. And that's what we do. You're helping somebody else. I do it through how I'm helping you on here. But other people will do it through their professions. Mothers do it every day with their children, okay? We're teaching our children and training them how to live a really good life, changing the generations, okay? So if you were to sit there today and you were to look at the extensive list, now I asked you yesterday if you wanted to take one and think about how you could meet that need. If you were to look at the list today and if your brain's going, I'm fine, I don't need anything, then you need to stop and do your deep breathing, 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, and stop the clutter that happens with the mind, okay, and get down into what you feel you need. And because you've got a list here, you can go through it one at a time and say, do I feel I need knowledge? And you might feel that, oh yeah, I need to know a bit more. Okay, who am I going to seek out, or what do I need to do in order to gain more knowledge? And depending on what area of knowledge it is, you will seek that out. Okay, and it's a need that needs to be met. If we ignore all these needs and shove them down and suppress them, then it makes us to be very emotionally constipated, unhappy people, and we don't want that, okay? Because you can't take a pill for emotional constipation. You have to actually do something about it to become emotionally unconstipated, okay? So if you're here and you're watching live, we can do a hashtag of no more emotional constipation, just to have a bit of fun today, okay? I'm just going to leave that with you today because I want you to be able to sit in that space, heart space, and be brave enough to sit in the heart space and say, what is it I need? And go through the list one at a time. Or maybe your intuition just went, Shazam, that's what I need, and I've got to work on that. I owe it to myself to do this because this date next year, I want to have moved on from this emotional space for me, and I want to be happier and more involved and a better person in my own life. Okay? Thanks for watching today. I know we're brief, but I had an interview this morning and I've got another one coming up shortly. If you would like another couple of videos, I've done some on divorce and I've done one on drawing lines in concrete, not sand, which is about talks to you about boundaries and people treating you like their verbal and emotional punching bag and how to have the courage to come through that. I've done them in my mental health group today, so I will put the link down below so that you can go and join the group. And look, the greatest bunch of people in there, just happy, accepting, people come, people go. And it's a very safe environment. And I put it there so we can all enjoy it globally. All right? Bless you. And if you feel comfortable, share this with people who need it. Everyone we know needs this. Everyone who says there has to be more to life than this needs to know this. And if you've got the courage to hit the share button, then do so, because we want to make sure that when we leave this life, we slide in to home plate skiing going, yes, I did this. Okay, I will see you tomorrow on time, and thanks for watching. Okay, blessings and dreams. Bye for now.